Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another reading vlog. We are switching it up a little bit this time. I definitely want to finish my end of year TBR. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. I kind of talked about all the books that I'd like to read by the end of this year. In today's video, I'm going to be actually reading some of those. I thought it would be fun to put a little twist on it though and add in like a number generator. So I have all the books that I want to read up here on this top shelf. I'm going to do like a number generator so that I can decide which book that I read. So I have 9 books here and I'm just gonna go to Safari and do like a number generator 1 through 9, and then whichever one it picks, that is the one that I have to read. The one that I was actually going to start is Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. Definitely wanted to like start this really soon. It's on Kindle, which is really convenient for me because I like to read on my Kindle. Okay, I have number generator 1 through 9. I'm gonna go ahead and push generate. Hopefully we get a good one. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, wow. We're finally gonna read this one, you guys. The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. I love this movie so much and I've been dying to read this book. Obviously that's why I bought it. I have never really gravitated towards it when I'm looking at all the books I want to read, so I'm happy I'm like kind of forcing myself to get this off of my TBR. I definitely wanted a quick and easy palette cleanser read also because I just finished Redeeming 6, which was so long. So I'm really happy because I feel like this is gonna be really quick and easy to get through. So this is gonna be book number 1. Let's go ahead and get started. It is Sunday today, so I don't have a ton to do besides I'm gonna watch church online, but for the most part, just doing some laundry and reading. That is the plan for today. Do like an initial review or impression. Also, it's snowing for the first time this year and I'm not loving it. It doesn't look like it's sticking though, which is good. But anyways, so I just started The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. We have Ronnie and Jonah. They are brother and sister. Ronnie's the older sister. Their parents got divorced like 3 years ago, so the dad lives in North Carolina and the mom, the kids live with the mom in New York. They're going to visit their dad for the first time in 3 years since he left, since they got divorced. Jonah is excited. He's like the younger brother. Ronnie is like absolutely despising it. She does not want to go at all. So they're spending the summer there with their dad, so like 3 months I think, which is kind of a long time. So we have Ronnie's perspective, which is I was definitely expecting, but we also have Steve's perspective, which is the dad, and I was not anticipating that. I think it'll be really interesting to see his perspective, like his thoughts, because we don't really get that much in the movie. We don't really get anyone's thoughts, but definitely not really his. It's gonna be super quick and easy, fast-paced read, so I'm excited to see how far I get today. Like 400 pages it looks like. It's time for book update. I'm on 110 pages in, so I'm over a quarter into the book. I honestly have not even spent that much time reading today either, so super fast-paced read. It helps that I know all the characters, I know the story. I will say things are definitely a little bit different than the movie, and definitely some more like added scenes that we don't see in the movie, which I kind of like because it just grows the story a little bit more. And we're also seeing backstory on Steve, which is the dad, and I'm really questioning if that's his name in the movie because I don't remember that name, but either way, I'm seeing backstory on him and his childhood and like what he went through growing up and why he is the way that he is, which is really interesting because I love seeing character development and character study like that, and just it really helps to develop the story and so you can really see like why someone is acting a certain way. Ronnie is a very rebellious teenager. She's almost 18 years old, so she kind of feels like she doesn't need to live by the rules anymore, especially with not really liking spending time with her dad. Her dad is just really trying to like grow that relationship and make up for lost time basically. Jonah, the younger brother, is like spending a lot of time with his dad, and he's like perfectly fine because I mean he's young, and I feel like when you're younger you don't take things as hard. Ronnie's definitely like upset with her dad for moving away and not seeing them for a long time. There's also the love interest that's been introduced. We haven't really seen much of that plot develop at this point, so I'm assuming that will come very soon. That is my little update. I'm really enjoying it and I'm excited to continue it and hopefully get through this really fast. Also, my heat went out today, so if you hear that, it is a space heater. My heat just randomly stopped working. Literally the first day that we get snow in Michigan, or at least where I live, is when my heat decides to go out. update. I've been reading for like an hour. Got through like 40 pages today. I did not read it all like this past week just because I was so busy and tired after work, but I'm on chapter 14 now. I'm on page 151. Plot is definitely developing. Ronnie is starting to warm up to her dad a lot more because she got in trouble for something, but her dad was like very understanding with it. I think that made her heart soften towards him a lot more. And then there's also another plot line we have with, there's like turtle eggs on down by the ocean where they live, and so she's like really wanting to protect those and keep those safe from like raccoons or animals. With that being said, she like stayed out there for the night and was like watching over them. And Will, which is the male main character in this, is a volunteer at the aquarium, so he came to help her with that situation, and now that is kind of sparking up a romance. I love like getting to see the buildup of all of that and everything, but there's definitely more scenes in here that are not shown in the movie, which is also really cool to see relationship develop a lot more. They're not even dating or anything, they're just like starting to hang out more. There's just a lot of different scenarios and hangouts, I guess. I don't know the right word for that, which makes sense. I feel like the book always shows a lot more than what the movie can, because the movie's only like an hour and a half or 2 hours long, and this is a lot longer. Definitely makes sense. There's more time for build up of the romance and all of that. It's also mentioned how Steve has like been reading his Bible and stuff, so I'm really interested to see how that plays a part in this story, because I feel like I don't remember that being a huge plot point in the movie. I feel like with a lot of movies that's not something that like people want to see a lot, because then it's more based on like the Christian part of it. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and I'm interested to see where that goes. Okay guys, reading update before my camera dies. I'm on chapter 22, page 229. I am really enjoying the story. I feel like that's obvious at this point, but I will say the writing is definitely not. I feel like if I had not watched the movie, I would not feel connected to the characters at all. I just think that the writing is very surface level. It's not giving a whole lot. I think it's also the fact that it's told in third person. I just am not like really feeling the emotions. Even when the author is trying to explain like what each person is feeling, it's not on a it's just very surface level, like very basic, not deep, I guess. But that's just how I feel right now. We'll see if it gets any different as I continue on, but that's how I feel right now. I'm gonna continue reading for at least a little bit until I watch Dancing with the Stars tonight. I'm so excited to watch it. We're getting down to the very end of that show. Like, I think it's semifinals tonight, so I'm excited to see everyone's dances. I'm not quite done with the last song yet, but I still want to pick out my next read because I'm doing like a TikTok for it, and I just want to have them all picked out. So, or my next one picked out, not all of them. Let's go ahead and do number generator again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead. Which one do I want? I don't even know. Honestly, I would kind of want to take You Again out because it's already like November 19th. So it's not really fall anymore, but I do want to read that one, so we'll just keep it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do generate. I promise I did not do it. That was just from when I searched it. Oops. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Broken Country. Yay! I'm actually excited to read this one. It's a newer purchase of mine, and I think this has like kind of a mystery into the story as well. I know it's a romance, but I'm actually really excited for this one because I feel like I would not have picked it if I did not choose it right now. This is book number 2 of the video. I'm gonna finish the last song first before I start that one, but I can now make my little TikTok that I wanted to do. Okay guys, I just finished up the last song. I feel like I was literally reading this for so long, and I'm pretty sure it was only like a week and a half, which is honestly not that bad, but I just felt like it dragged on so much. I will say, like, I love how it ended. I loved the wrap up, but I definitely do think that it dragged on quite a bit. I mean, this was over like 400 pages for a romance. There is definitely like another plot line that we were following, and that's definitely why it drug on, because we were seeing a lot more of that. I really like how there was a lot of character development, even like Ronnie the main character, but also like side characters too, like Blaze, which is one of the friends that Ronnie meets out there. So much character growth with her, which I loved to see. There's a lot of scenes that were not in the movie, which makes sense because I think I said that before. like there's a lot more time to be able to go in depth about like certain feelings and just like different scenes and stuff to really build up the story that the movie can't always do. It's actually talked about God a lot more than I was thinking. I think I had mentioned how Steve, which is the dad, was like reading the Bible, and I was curious to see if that was going to play a part in more of the story, and it definitely did. It's really interesting though, because the pastor that Steve sees or goes to played a big part in this story, but I don't remember him playing a part in the movie as much, which is really sad because I mean Hollywood obviously does not always put in like faith, and I think they may have cut that out, which is really sad. I'll have to rewatch the movie just to confirm on that, but I just hate that like movies have to cut out that part because not everyone believes in God, I guess, to put it bluntly. Yeah, there was like Bible verses in here, and Ronnie also was like encouraging her faith too and was able to grow in that way, which was really interesting. Overall, I did really enjoy it. I just think that it could have been a little bit shorter, but yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna rate this yet, honestly. I think I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit and then I'll start my other book for this video. I'll kind of give it all my ratings at the end, but I'm really glad that I finally got to this. Like I said, this is one of my favorite movies, so I am really happy I was finally able to read the book. That is all I have for now. I'm gonna start Broken Country. I picked this out yesterday, so I'm really excited to finally start this one. I haven't had this on my TBR for that long. My fiance picked this book out, so I think he's gonna be excited that I'm finally picking it up. It's like a romance slash mystery, so I'm really interested, but I've heard a lot of good things about this one, so excited to start it. Hi guys, definitely a little bit of a different setup here. I am living in Arizona now, so background is very different, but I wanted to give a reading update. So I have started Broken Country. I started this a few days ago. This is like a mystery slash romance slash fiction. It's a lot of different genres when I looked it up because I was curious, and I started reading this and it's a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Like there's honestly not that many words like on the page. I'm on page 33 right now, so I barely started through it. I don't even know how many pages it is. 300 pages. So this is a very popular book right now, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. It has a pretty high rating on Goodreads. It has like a 4.3 stars. I'm excited to continue. This video has honestly been over the course of like the past 3 weeks, just because it's been complete chaos with moving and trying to get my life in order again. I'm really hoping that now that everything is like here, my U-Haul got here, everything will be a lot more calm and I'll be able to get into a routine of like filming and all of that. Especially, I mean, with the holidays coming up too, it's gonna be chaos. So I think that's just how my life is gonna be now, is kind of chaos, but that's okay. I'm really excited for this new adventure and being in Arizona. If you guys have any like recommendations for like food or anything to do, I'm in like the west side of Phoenix. Let me know in the comments. I think that's all I have for right now. I'm gonna continue reading this. I will continue to give you guys updates as well. Let's go ahead and get reading. I think I'm gonna start listening to this on audiobook. My Spotify hours are back up and renewed because I ran out last month, so I couldn't listen to it for a bit, but I'm gonna listen to this on audiobook. guys, it has been a minute since I have updated this video. I'm still trying to get through my end of year TBR. So you guys saw the next book that got picked was Broken Country. I started that, I got like 30 pages into it, and then I also tried to listen to the audiobook, and I, for some reason, was just not into it at all. So we're just gonna put pause on that one for a little bit. I will definitely pick it back up. It's just not the time right now. So I ended up picking up Fearful, and I know I'm like breaking the rules of this whole video, which I'm just telling myself it's okay. It's my video. I can do what I want. So I did start Fearful. For Fearful, I started this. This is the last novella in the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. That has Powerless, Fearless, and Reckless, and then the two novellas, Powerful and then Fearful. And so yeah, I really wanted to read this so I can kind of wrap up this whole series. I did try to start this before, but I only got like 5 pages in, so I wanted to give it another go, and I'm really enjoying it actually. I really love this whole world. I love all the characters, and so jumping back into this, it just feels like home, you know, when you fall in love with characters and the story and you go back into it, it literally just feels so comforting. That's how I feel going into this. This story talks about Kit and kind of his perspective. We don't really get to see that a whole lot in the original, like 3 books of the trilogy. So it's really interesting to see like his thoughts. And then we also do have another character in here that plays the role of Death. So that's really interesting to see. And it kind of reminds me of, dude, it's so loud. It was literally not going for so long before I started filming, and then the second I turned the camera on. It kind of reminds me of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, like having the other character, Death, in the story as well. The character can also like pretty much see everything that's going on in the real world, but they can't see her. And I'm almost done with this actually. I'm about like 75% through. I've been listening to the audiobook on Spotify as well, and I'm only 64% through, but honestly, it's only 200 pages, so I'm definitely gonna finish this today, whether that's sitting down and reading or listening on audiobook. I really need to set up my book room and do my bookshelf and stuff because I just moved. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a crossover with the last book in like the main 3 books, so Fearless. So we're kind of seeing like scenes that we saw in that book kind of cross over into this, but it's not too much. It's not like we're seeing everything, just like little parts here and there where I was like, oh yeah, I remember reading that in the other book. Yeah, I can't really like tell you guys the plot because it's going to give away, and this is like literally the last book in the series, so we're 5 books in at this point. This will probably be the last book in the video so I can start another video for you guys. I'm really enjoying this one. I'm happy to be back in this world. Another point that I forgot to add is that we are seeing a character in this that I was not expecting to see, and honestly like they're kind of taking up a big chunk of the story, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like from reading the premise on this, you would not think that we would be getting any part of their story, but it's honestly taking up like a good amount of the story. So I'm really interested to see like where that plot point is gonna go and how that's gonna wrap up, because it's literally a side character in the main story, like not even one that I'm really interested in, to be honest. Okay guys, I finished Fearful by Lauren Roberts. I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, it's a novella, so it's not anything too crazy. I will say I did rate the other novella, Powerful. I don't know if I said this already in this video. I rated that 5 stars, and I really like, I loved that story. It literally made me sob so much, and for a novella it was like, it's crazy to feel that deeply for characters that you don't see that long, so I think that's why I rated it so highly, and I still like think of that all the time and love it. Like I said earlier, it just talked about characters that I wasn't expecting it to talk about, and I wish we would have seen more of like the main character that this book was about. I know why Lauren Roberts did it, because it gave us more backstory on the character, like the side character in the main books, and like we got to see what actually happened. I would say this is probably like a solid 3.5 star. Obviously I got to be with the characters again, which I loved. That just was kind of not what I was expecting, and I wish we would have saw something a little bit different than what we did. But overall, it was still really good. I would still recommend reading it if you've read this series, because it really just like closes everything up, and it kind of gives us closure on what happens in Fearless. I'm glad I got it knocked off of my TBR, and I can finally say I finished that series completely, which is such an accomplishment. I've been reading that series for like 2 years now, Really, really good. Honestly, one of my favorite series ever. Anyways, that is going to be all for today's video though. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I've been literally filming this video for so long, so I'm excited to finally get it up for you. If you have any other book recommendations, let me know in the comments. If you've read either one of these books, let me know, or any of the 3 books I talked about. Let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, everything, and motivate me to read Broken Country, please. I definitely want to read it. I just need some motivation. That is everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.